Hey everyone, you've got Craig, and this is Craig's World Rocks, and we're going to do a new video today for all you guys out there, basically continuing upon our discussions around the extraterrestrial conspiracy and do aliens exist in our reality right now without a lot of us even realizing, and is there ways to contact? And I know that I've had a few conversations recently around techniques. One video's been around techniques of how to go about contacting. I've been trying a few more of those things myself in the past week, and with some really good success. So at a certain point today in the video, we'll have a little break and I'll show you guys a couple of the images that I've caught on video myself of some of the activity happening around myself. So there's a couple of things that I really wanted to dive into today. The reason why the governments of the world have kept this secret. Extraterrestrials existing, or intergalactic beings existing, or other realms and beings existing, is probably when it comes out, when it's fully disclosed, and we all are aware of this fact being true, is going to be the biggest awakening for people on Earth that there's ever been. Every point in our past that we know of, that's kept as record, etc., of great events that have happened throughout our existence as a race of human beings. When this comes out, and I have to say when, because of my own personal beliefs, that it has to. Might not come out in a positive way at first, but I think it has to, and I think the level of activity that everyone's seeing around the world at the moment kind of signifies that regardless of what certain human beings are trying to do, or certain groups trying to bring out disclosure faster than another, or etc., it's inevitable. I do believe that, and I believe that the extraterrestrial beings that are our star family, are our brothers and sisters of the universe. They're just like us, but they just have evolved on another planetary system. And I'm sure there are other ways that beings around the universe could evolve. But, logically, thinking about it logically, we're one grain of sand in the ocean of the universe that goes on forever. We are not the only players in this game that are consciously aware. There are many, many other realms, I am sure. So what do I want to really talk about today in that space? I want to really talk to you guys around the reason that it's been kept secret from my perspective, and thinking about it from a logical perspective. So let's have a quick thought process. Let's look at an analogy of, say, when we raise kids. What happens when a child does something wrong and they keep it to themselves? They don't admit it straight away, predominantly because they're afraid of what's going to happen. They're afraid of the consequences, because the parent will be upset they've broken a mum's favourite vase, or they've knocked over a plant pot with a plant that dad loves, and they're worried about getting in trouble. They're worried about doing something that's outside what his parents, or the people that give him food and look after him, or him or her as a young kid, and they're afraid to actually step forward and tell them something that they're not going to like, because the repercussions mightn't be a positive reaction. And many, many, many of us have been raised in that type of environment where often the first instinct is to be afraid. Now, let's say in 1947 that the first extraterrestrial craft crashed on our planet, and as humans, now I'm not saying that's the first, but we'll just use the one in Roswell as the example of one a long time ago. Let's just say, hypothetically, that the human beings that discovered it at first point of call were like, oh wow, oh my God, everyone's going to be amazed at this. But then the military rolled up, they got informed, they closed off the area. They, at first, the first initial people put out that comment to local news to say that a UFO a UFO had crashed in Roswell in a paddock, because that's what had happened. That was the first thing that was the truth that came out first. Remember, from in life, first thoughts are always correct. The first thought that you have about something when you're thinking about a question or an answer, from my experience, they're the most accurate answer you'll ever get. Trusting your intuition, it's the first thought. And the first answer that came to us about what happened in Roswell, put out to the world, was it was a UFO. End of story. And then the second response was from higher up people in the military: we can't say that to the world. We are afraid of what will happen. We are afraid that it might overwhelm society. It might be too much. Well, certain people felt at the time that they had it was within their realm of true and correct as the overseeing protectors of society, the parents, if you will, of mum and pa kettle, the parents, if you will, to say, we don't think you're ready. Well, that's a pretty egotistical way of looking at their kids, right? I mean, we program ourselves and we create situations in society that are made up all the time, and we tell kids fanciful stories for entertainment and to inspire, imagination and belief and wonder. What if they had rolled forward and been open from that point in time? Maybe it would have instilled the wonder. Maybe it would have been not a negative response. Maybe we would have dealt with it in a really positive and open and an expanding way. I guess we'll never know now, because they chose to hide the truth from us, or certain individuals did. That truth has continued to be hidden, because the things that that part of military or commercial companies that have now taken control of a lot of this tech and reversed engineer it, as a lot of us have heard they've done, have created ships and technology that are so far advanced of where we are, or what we've been told of in society, that again they want to keep it to themselves, because they're hoping to keep that control over the masses. Now, why? Well, it's greed and power. It's greed and power. It's money, greed and power. They're not thinking in the world's best interests. They're thinking in a small group of people's best interests. And this small group of people that are, waving their big sticks at a very high level, they need to have the sticks taken off them. And I don't think they understand that it probably won't be people like you and me that'll make that happen, even though the more that we speak about this subject and the more that we, speak our truth about what we discover individually, the more it takes away the power of bluffing society that it's a weird subject and we shouldn't talk about it, and you're a tinfoil hat wearer if you believe in extraterrestrials or etc., etc. Everyone needs to wake up. I believe this year is the year of truth. I believe we need to speak our truth, but I also believe that we all need to take accountability and prove these things to ourselves with everything in life. Awaken yourself. Try some of the techniques around, asking the extraterrestrials to connect with you. Be very genuine, be very heartfelt. Relax, put out the intent when you're outside under the stars. Do it in a group, the family group. Try it, because you might be amazed at what appears. Be skeptical. To become the strong believer and to find the truth that is out there, you need to have a balance of skepticism. So don't get caught up in things that you can't prove. There's a lot of conspiracies out there that aren't real, but there's a lot of things out there that are, and it's about discerning the difference between the two. Trust your heart. Trust what you find. We live forever. At the end of the day, that's what I believe. We go on. We never disappear. We transform from this body. We leave this body. We go into the next realm. We go on. I've always believed that for a very long time. I've proved these things to myself. Can't tell you what we go on to, but I'm very, very confident that we go on. And I'm very, very confident that another form of life exists in our universe, and they are visiting us. Now, I'm going to pop up a couple of videos at the end of the chat today, just of things I've recorded in the last week. Please get out there and test the waters. Please get out there and talk to your families. Open up the conversation around this topic. It is real. There are powerful people that have kept this stuff to themselves for a very long time, and we need to take the power away from them, because it is not something that's just for them. This understanding is for you and me and the world. And my small following, but we've all got families, we've all got people around us. Let's make ourselves aware. One little pebble thrown into a still pond creates hundreds of ripples. Craig's World rocks. So does yours, everyone. Really enjoy the week. And after I finish chatting, I'm going to pop up a couple of these videos of, well, you make your own mind up. It's taken off my camera, so they're not that close up, but very interesting indeed. And they appeared after I put out my intent. So go out there and try it yourself. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. That's not.
Why have got so many lights?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how come it's got so many lights on? It's a plane.
It's not a plane. What the hell is that? What is that?